A student is in police custody after fatally shooting a Texas Tech police officer on Monday. We'll have all the latest details coming up.
The Tech community is slowly recovering from Monday's tragedy. Find out how students, faculty, and staff are coping with the loss of one of the campus's finest. Next.
And the Red Raider football team is preparing for another weekend on the road as they face West Virginia in Morgantown. MCTV's Casey Busher has a preview of this weekend's game along with scores and highlights in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Megan Zapalak.
And I'm Haley Ivy. It's been a rough week on campus as the Tech community recovers from a tragic shooting on Monday night.
MCTV's Katie Main has been following the story all week and joins us now with the details. Katie?
Thank you, Megan and Haley. This has been a hard week for Texas Tech students. Campus has been eerie and class attendance has been low as students grieve the loss of a Texas Tech police officer who worked hard to keep our campus safe.
On behalf of Texas Tech University, I want to convey to the wife of Officer East, their two daughters, and their extended family our heartfelt condolences and to assure them that they are in our prayers.
On Monday, Hollis Daniels, a 19-year-old student at Texas Tech University, shot and killed a Texas Tech police officer. The events began when the Texas Tech Police Department received information about a student acting erratically who was reported to be in possession of a weapon. Police went to Daniels' dorm to do a welfare check when they found drug paraphernalia. He was then arrested and taken to the Texas Tech Police Department. At the police department, Daniels pulled a gun and fatally shot Officer Floyd East Jr. Daniels fled the scene and the campus was put on lockdown until he was apprehended by the Texas Tech Police Department.
I would like to thank the Lubbock Police Department, the Lubbock Sheriff's Office, the Texas Department of Public Safety, the FBI, and the multitude of other state and local agencies who were there last night and offered their support and are continuing to offer their support and prayers.
Daniels has been released to the custody of the Lubbock Police Department, who will be handling the homicide investigation. Daniels has confessed to killing Officer East.
After working and witnessing the actions last night of our law enforcement community here locally, I would like to reassure the Texas Tech community, parents, students, and faculty that they are in good hands.
On Tuesday, the Student Government Association put on a vigil at Memorial Circle to honor Officer East. Hundreds of students were in attendance.
The tragedy of a moment like this is made more bearable by the love and the care that our students, our staff, and our faculty have shown to the family of Officer East, to our police, and to one another.
Katie Main, MCTV. Earlier today, the Lubbock Police Department held a follow-up press conference regarding Monday's shooting. Police Officer Greg Stevens addressed the media in an attempt to clarify some of the details in the case. According to Stevens, Hollis Daniels was part of a previous investigation by LPD on Sunday in regards to a report of a stolen firearm. The person who reported the theft also claimed that Daniels had threatened to hurt him. Sometime after midnight, Daniels' vehicle was spotted while police were en route to the home where the firearm was reported stolen. Officers stopped Daniels and spoke to him regarding the incident. Officers also asked to search Daniels' vehicle, but he refused. Since there was not enough evidence available to obtain a warrant, officers were unable to perform a search and release Daniels at that time. Stevens stressed that although Sunday's incident seemed significant in hindsight, many of the details regarding Daniels' situation have come to light after Monday's shooting. At the time, TTU PD were working off the information they received via the welfare check, which focused on the fact that Daniels had drugs and drug paraphernalia in his dorm room. During the press conference, Stevens also addressed one of the most talked about details of Monday's incident. In response to a question regarding whether or not Daniels was searched at the police station after being taken in for processing, Stevens responded, quote, "Unfortunately, he was able to gain access to a weapon and he shouldn't have been. However, he did." Stevens also said that portion of the case is being investigated by the Texas Tech Police Department and more details will be released in the future. If more information becomes available, we'll have an update regarding the investigation next week. Back to you, Haley.
Thanks, Katie. Following Monday's shooting, the campus community has come together to help remember Officer East. As Katie mentioned earlier, a memorial service was held Tuesday evening in Memorial Circle starting at 6 p.m. students gathered around the Pfluger Fountain and took time to honor Officer Floyd East Jr. The service included remarks from SGA President Robbie Meyer, University President Lawrence Skubanik, and Dylan Rogers, a petroleum engineering student who had the idea for the event. At the end of the service, attendees observed a moment of silence, then sang the school song. Tuesday's event was organized by the Student Government Association.
Although the campus community has been hit hard by Monday's events, no one has been more affected by the tragedies than Officer East's family. Officer East leaves behind a wife and 2 daughters. With that in mind, Texas Tech University has established a memorial fund to support the family of Officer Floyd East Jr. Monetary donations are currently being taken via the university's Give to Tech page. Any amount can be donated using a check or credit card. If you would like to donate to the Memorial Fund, you can visit the website listed on your screen and click on Give at the bottom of the page.
Since the events on Monday, many students have looked for ways to find an escape from the constant news and reminders of the tragedy. Luckily, several campus groups have come up with options to help students take their minds off the current events. Yesterday afternoon, Chi Psi Fraternity held a special event called Puppies and Froyo in Urbanowski Park from noon to 3 p.m. Students could stop by and get a cup of frozen yogurt with unlimited toppings from Cup of Yo. The Haven Animal Shelter also brought in dogs for students to interact with during the event.
What we're doing is we're throwing this event to help raise money for the officer that passed away on campus the other day. So we're asking for $5 donations, giving out free frozen yogurt, and inviting people to come out and play with puppies all day.
The money collected from Puppies and Froyo was originally planned to be donated to victims of Hurricane Harvey. But after Monday's shooting, Chi Psi decided to change its plans and donate the money to the family of Officer East. If you would like more information on the Chi Psi fraternity, visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/Chi Psi at Texas Tech.
In other news, students in the College of Media and Communication had the chance to do some important networking during the annual career fair. Starting at 1 p.m. in the Sub Red Raider Ballroom, representatives from companies and organizations set up booths and met with students. Those in attendance had the chance to talk to the various representatives and find out about internships and even job opportunities in the communications industry.
We have our College of Media and Communication Career Fair, and it's open to any media and communication student from freshmen all the way through graduate students. And they are getting a chance to network with different companies, even some out-of-town companies. It is such a cool opportunity for students to, for one, practice their networking skills that they have in anticipation for going out potentially and going and getting a job.
Wednesday's job fair is an annual event for the College of Media and Communication, but it's not the only career fair left on the schedule. If you would like more information about upcoming career fairs as well as help finding a job, you can visit the University Career Center's website at higherredraiders.ttu.edu.
The week of October 9th through the 14th is Pride Week here on Texas Tech campus, and throughout the week, various campus groups have held special events to bring awareness to the LGBTQIA community. Starting on Monday, the Gender and Sexuality Association set up an area where students could tell their coming out stories. Paper and markers were provided, and students could write down their story and pin it to the portable bulletin board. The board is currently covered in multicolored paper notes with details from various students' stories. If you would like to check out the display or contribute your own story, you could stop by the Sub between now and Saturday. Pride Week's events also continue throughout the weekend. For a full list of activities, visit the Center for Campus Life's page at campuslife.ttu.edu and click on LGBTQIA.
It began to feel a lot more like fall earlier this week on the South Plains after a cold front moved through the area on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures stayed in the 60s during the day, and overnight we saw lows in the 40s.
That's right, Megan, but since then we've seen a pretty big warm-up and plenty of sunshine. So how long could we expect the current conditions to last? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The sun is shining brightly today on the Memorial Circle Cam. Skies are clear and temperatures have already climbed into the low 80s overnight. We could expect a little bit of cool off, but the temperatures could only drop into the low 60s tomorrow. We'll continue to see the temperatures in the mid 80s, but there will be a few more clouds in the sky. Skies will clear up by mid-afternoon and the clouds should stay out of the area. Throughout the night, Friday night's lows will fall into the mid-60s and we'll see some breezy winds around midnight. On Saturday, we'll start out the day with clear skies, but clouds will begin moving into the area around 8 a.m. and increase the rest of the day. We will see a high in the upper 80s by late afternoon before a storm system moves into the area Saturday night. Overnight, storm chances will increase and the temperatures will drop into the low 50s. On Sunday morning, the storm systems will move out of the area, but the rain will be replaced by gusty winds in the early morning. Those winds should decrease after the sun comes up, but it will stay breezy throughout the day. Sunday's high temperatures will reach the mid-60s, but overnight temps will fall off into the low 40s. On Monday, we'll start the third week of October with clear skies and light winds. Temperatures will climb into the upper 60s, and that will kick off a warming trend that will continue into the week. Overnight, Monday's temperatures will drop back into the mid-40s. On Tuesday, we'll see mostly clear skies. Highs on Tuesday should reach the mid-70s. Clear skies will stick around after sunset, keeping temperatures cool in the upper 40s and low 50s. Wednesday will bring the return of a few more clouds into the area and some breezy winds in the afternoon. Temperatures will again climb in the mid-afternoon with highs predicted to reach the upper 70s. Wednesday overnight low will also be a bit warmer with temperatures falling into the mid-50s. Looking ahead, we'll see some clear skies and warm temperatures throughout the end of the week.
The Texas Tech football team started off the week ranked 24th in the nation. The recognition came after Tech increased its win total to 4 for the season.
MCTV's Casey Buescher joins us now with a look back at last week's win and what's next for the Red Raiders. Casey?
Thanks, Haley and Megan. Last Saturday, the Texas Tech football team defeated the Kansas Jayhawks 65-19. This game had the most rushing yards in a game for the Red Raiders since September 2012 against New Mexico. Shimanek threw for 233 yards and had 2 scores. Justice Parker picked a pass and returned his own forced fumble for a score. Desmond Nisby had 4 rushing touchdowns. Justin Stockton ran for 161 yards with the score as the Red Raiders beat Kansas for the 11th straight time. Nisby was named Big 12 Conference Newcomer of the Week on Monday, marking the 4th consecutive week a Red Raider has won a Conference Weekly Award. After an exciting weekend, the Red Raiders returned to the national rankings for the first time since 2013. Hoping to stay in the top 25, Tech heads to Morgantown to face West Virginia this Saturday at 11 a.m. You can catch all the action on ESPNU. The Texas Tech volleyball team fell to Kansas State last Saturday in Manhattan 2-3. Taking them to 5 sets, Atwood, Hill, and White had a combination of 46 kills and 9 blocks. The Lady Raiders look to take on TCU this Saturday at the USA at 1 p.m. This past Sunday was an exciting day for NFL football. With a sold-out crowd, the Dallas Cowboys fell short to the Green Bay Packers 35-31, losing within the last minute. The final blow came with a perfectly placed pass from Rodgers to Adams over the rookie Cowboys cornerback Jordan Lewis and the back left side of the end zone with only 11 seconds left, with the touchdown securing Green Bay's win with 35 points. The Cowboys look to recover this bye week as they prepare to take on the undefeated 49ers on the 22nd. That's all for sports. Back to you, Haley.
Thanks, Casey. With the fall in full swing, there are several annual events that are great ways to celebrate the season, and one local attraction has become a mandatory experience here on the South Plains. Let's take a look at the MCT events calendar. Tonight, the Student Activities Board and Resident Hall Association are hosting a free night of fun at the Corn Maze. The Corn Maze is an annual attraction that features several fall-themed activities, including a massive maze cut out of a cornfield. Other activities include a hayride, a petting zoo, and even a chance to shoot a corn cannon. Students interested in tonight's event can head for Addledew Farms, located just north of Stillwater on FM 1294. The fun starts at 6 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. and it's all free with a Tech ID.
Also tonight, an award-winning country music artist who has entertained fans for 40 years is making a special stop in the Hub City. Lyle Lovett will be on stage at the Allen Theater tonight for the fall premiere event of the presidential performance and a lecture series, Lyle Talking, an evening of conversation with Lyle Lovett. Will feature a unique program of conversation and music starting at 7 p.m. Lovett will be joined on stage by Paul Hunton, the General Manager of Texas Tech Public Media. Hunton will host the event and guide the conversation. Tonight's kickoff of the presidential performance and lecture series is free to all Texas Tech students.
And tomorrow night, join in for one of Tech's most colorful traditions during the annual Texas Tech Drag Show, Glamour and Fame Tech's Drag Fashion Pageant. It's scheduled for 7 p.m. at Club Luxor. The event will feature various students, Lubbock residents, and others from around the country decked out in drag. General admission is $8, but you could also purchase VIP tickets for $20. The 2017 edition of the Tech Drag Show is organized by the Office of the LGBTQIA, along with the Gender and Sexuality Association, High Tech, and the Fashion and Media Entertainment Association.
So Haley, do you have any big plans for this weekend?
I'm actually going to the Balloon Fiesta this weekend.
Oh, cool. I'm going to the State Fair.
That's going to be really exciting.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.